This is absolutely terrifying and straight from a sci-fi film. Scan your eyeballs to prove that you are not an AI. So to catch anyone up on this, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, thinks that AI is going to take so many jobs in the near future that there's going to be mass unemployment everywhere. It's a lovely thought. So as a society, we'll need to introduce UBI, Universal Basic Income. What's that? Basically a set amount of money that is given to people so that they can continue to survive. Even just saying these words out loud is mental. In order to get this income, you're going to need to prove that you are indeed a human. AI is going to be everywhere. There's going to be fake media everywhere. It's getting really good. So to do that, his solution is to visit one of your local orbs, which looks like a sort of nightmare-fueled silver camera, and scan your retina, and then you will then be confirmed human and entitled to your allocation of their crypto, Worldcoin. That is the story. We knew this was coming, but now it's happening.
You called it Worldcoin. Do you realise that?
Worldcoin. Well, in many ways, it is. It is also Worldcoin. Now, we knew this was coming. The weirdest thing is, though, is that we're now seeing people queuing in the streets to go and scan their retinas. It feels really uncomfortable, feels really weird, but I'm sort of also not sure why, because it feels like we do need a solution. Now that it's here, what's going through your head?
There's so many parts of this story that are just horrifying. But the essence of it is that there are going to be, all around the world, groups of young people who are orb operators. They all take possession of an orb, and they will set up stations at prime locations everywhere in order for you to step forward and volunteer your eyeball to be scanned in return for Worldcoin. So there's that famous saying, show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. Now, obviously, what they're saying here is we want to produce this, utopian thing called UBI. But in order to make sure that it isn't double claimed or abused as a system, we need to come up with the most secure, most perfect means of ensuring that you are you and you're not somebody else. And the language around this is incredible because they call it a more human internet. Everything is around is like making technology more human. And yet, every time you see these things, the word that springs to mind is not human. It's inhuman. It's the exact opposite. So by designing something that is freakishly of sci-fi origins and looks like it's going to kill you, they have apparently solved the problem with inhuman technology.
Well, the weird thing, I think the thing that's like jarring is that it's just happening and no one's really sort of like, is this fine?
Exactly.
Like there seems to be nobody's like arguing it or really, apart from a few people on Twitter, it's just like accepted, like government seems to be fine. Everyone seems to be like, yeah, this is fine. Just go and scan your eyeballs. I mean, like OpenAI, we know have been around for a little while, but have only really come into consciousness recently. Like, do we know that much about them really? Like,
well, this is nothing to do with OpenAI. This is Sam Altman's. This is a different project altogether.
Oh, okay.
So they're not connected. It just happens to be that Sam Altman has been one of the people of the year in 2023 as a result of ChatGPT, of course. But if you watch a science fiction film, generally what you'll see is holographic billboards in the street. And then you'll get like weird religions that have sprung up and people trying to sell you stuff on the street or trying to do weird stuff to you on the street. This is that. This is exactly that. I did an exercise because I thought, Luke Franks, that you might have a future idea for a video.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go to the tech space in Shoreditch, 25 Luke Street.
Nice.
You get your orb scanned by an orb. But I think you should set up the Based AF Worldcoin orb operating franchise. This thing could blow up. We could make so much money off operating our own orbs. We could like laser engrave them with Based AF, and then think of all the things that we could do, all the japes we could have doing.
We could make the whole experience quite fun. Like you could go and you get sort of 50% off a pint if you scan your orb at the Based one, and then you could all have drinks afterwards. Have a right old laugh.
So
could be good.
On the Worldcoin page, there's the language is lovely. As a Worldcoin operator, you earn money for everyone you sign up with an orb. To be successful,
hear the sci-fi music. Do you know what I mean? And
yes.
Playing the background.
To be successful, you'll build a team, figure out where to run your operations, and get people excited about starting their crypto journey. So there's an application process. There'll be an interview, and then you'll receive an orb. Can you imagine?
I should try and do it just to get the orb, if nothing else.
The warm, fuzzy glow that spreads throughout your body, knowing that you are playing an important part in the history and the future of the species.
I'm in.
You'd sit at home polishing your orb like some kind of weird Big Lebowski.
That's not a euphemism either.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Then you start operating. I mean, look, it feels like some kind of weird religion, and it feels like you're most likely to get punched. Like, imagine the conversation. Hello there. Would you like to get your eyeball scanned? Oh, no, it's all right. I had it done yesterday. Thanks very much. Like, no, fuck off, mate. Are you fucking kidding?
Do you know what I love about it being called the orb as well? Is that is like, famously in video games, that is like the center of power. Like, if you own the orb, you like own everything. So they've called this thing like the Powerball, which is kind of concerning. The pushback on it is like there is a problem coming. There's the gentleman who runs Stability AI, I forget his name off the top of my head. That's the guy. Has said that like the AI shit show is coming in 2024 because like we've had all the sort of first wave of it being like it's a thing and not wow, like you can make amazing images and stuff like that. He's saying like that it's gonna hit next year. That is when the massive
it's already
starts.
He's wrong. The shit show has already happened. The shit show is basically, the equation looks like this. Mediocre people suddenly feel empowered to be doubly mediocre, 10x mediocre. And so what you have discovered is that the output of society is now massively mediocre as opposed to mildly mediocre as it was before, which just means that everywhere you look is just a sea of sewage, a sea of garbage. And that's fine because that's basically where we were headed anyway, and AI's only accelerated that. The shit show is already here. We're swimming in shit right now. And like, I don't know if you have a snorkel for the shit bath that we're in. I certainly do not, but I'm hoping that I can swim fast enough to stay with my head above the water, or the shit.